Hey guys, it's Miss J. Today we are going to work on flexibility, okay? So there are in general 3 different types of exercise. One is aerobic, which means with oxygen, and that is any exercise that lasts longer than a minute. So that's like biking, running, doing different sports. And then there is strength, and so that is generally like lifting weights, or it can be wrestling, different things like that, boxing a little bit more so. And then the last one is flexibility. So I'm excited to be able to work on that. And hopefully you will be able to see the difference between how flexible you were before this workout and how flexible you will be after, okay? And there are 3 different types of stretches, and we're gonna use all 3 versions, okay? The first one is dynamic stretching, and that is when you are moving all around and just you don't really stop moving while stretching. Then there's ballistic stretching, and that is a bouncy stretch. And then the last one is static stretching, which means you are sitting still or standing still and holding the muscle. And that one can be bad if you don't do anything beforehand, because you can just pull your muscle. You want to warm up your muscle before you do any static stretching. So I'm not going to do it on this video, but do some dynamic stretching, or like some jogging, skipping, galloping, shuffling, jumping jacks, just something to get your blood flowing and your muscles moving before you do this, okay? I'm not gonna do this right now, but we're gonna go straight into our stretching and breathing exercises, okay? So find either a yoga mat or a nice soft surface that you can go ahead and do this on, all right? All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is a downward fold, and this is something that you will do at the beginning and at the end, so that you can test your flexibility before and after, okay? So for this, you're just going to have your feet about shoulder width apart, and you're going to stretch down as far as you can. See if you can touch the ground without bending your knees. So I can touch the ground with my fingertips right now. So hopefully at the end I'll be able to touch it with more of my fingers, maybe even my palm, okay? The second thing that we'll test at the end again is a wider stretch, okay? So you're going to dangle your hands down. Try not to bend your knees. See how far you should be able to go down. You should be able to go down further than on the last one, so I can go down to my fingerprints, almost laying my fingers against the ground, but not quite my palm. And then the last one that we'll use to test again later is if you sit on your bottom, put your feet across, and reach for it. So I can reach and touch my toes with 2 of my fingers. I can maybe do 3, but I can't really do 4, okay? So hopefully I will increase this throughout our exercises today, okay? So for our first exercise, we're gonna do that forward fold again, but this time I just want you to dangle your arms. You don't have to reach for the ground. I just want you to dangle those arms. We're gonna stretch out our back, and we're gonna stretch out our quads. So just dangle those arms. Hold it for a little bit. All right, now we're gonna go into the wide one again. So legs apart. Like I said, just dangle your arms. You don't have to touch the ground. If you want to, that's fine. Alrighty. Next, we're going to take that out a little bit further. We're going to walk our arms out a little bit more. And we're going to make a big arch or a big bridge. Really stretch out those calves and a little bit of our back, our lower back. Alright? Hold this for a couple more seconds. Alright, now we're going to bring one of our legs forward. We're going to lunge forward. This leg should bend, and this one should stay straight. And we're going to reach forward, have our arms out to balance us, and just lunge forward. You want to push your hips forward, and you can push your shoulders back to lean in. So we're going to hold this for a little bit, and then we'll switch legs, okay? So lean forward. All right. Go ahead and switch legs. One leg's forward and bent. The other leg is straight in the back. Arms out to the side. Lean forward with the hips, back with the shoulders. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. All right, now we're going to do one of my favorite stretches. Okay, so you can either use your hands, or hopefully you can do it without your hands, but you're going to bring your leg up above your knee, your foot up above your knee. Then you're going to reach your hands
to the sky. This should be stretching out a little bit of your hips, okay? And then go ahead and switch to the other leg. Stretching out your hips, a little bit of your lower back. Work on your balance with this one. Lovely. All right, next, we are going to do a Superman pose, okay? So, I love to do this with my soccer kids, but you're gonna step forward. You can, if you want, you can lean forward, and then we're gonna try to make our back and our leg as flat as possible with our arms out to the side to balance us. If you need to, you can reach down to the ground to balance yourself. All right, go ahead and switch legs. Balance, try to make your back and legs flat. All right, now we're gonna stand sideways. We're gonna bring one arm down to the ground, one leg up, arm up. Hold this for a couple seconds here. Go ahead and switch. Stretching right in here, and a little bit of your lower back. All right. Now, we're gonna lean forward, have our hands locked, our fingers locked in the back. We're gonna stretch forward, bring our arms forward, bring it down lower if you can. Stretch that back, stretch those arms. Keep pushing it lower if you can. All right, now we're gonna go back into a lunge position, but we're gonna bring our knee to the ground, and we're gonna try to lay it a little bit flatter. Lean forward, really stretch that groin and hip area. Okay, you can have your arms on your legs, that's fine, because you're worrying about stretching right in here. We're gonna hold this for a little bit, and then we will switch legs. All right, go ahead and switch legs. And if you ever feel like you need to hold this stretch a little bit longer, that's fine. Hopefully you'll be able to see at the end how well it's helping you with your flexibility. Hold this just a little bit longer. Really lean forward into it. You shouldn't be in too much pain. You don't want to push yourself too far that you pull anything, but really stretch yourself. All right, well, now we're gonna go on to our hands and knees. We're gonna dip our back in, hold that for a little bit, take some nice deep breaths. Then we're gonna move our back up and our shoulders up. Just like we're a scared cat. How they shriek their shoulders up. Now bring it back down. Hold this just for a little bit longer. And push your back and shoulders up. I don't know about you, but I can feel it in my shoulder blades when I push up. And down again. And we'll do this one more time each with moving up and down. All right, and up again. And down again. All right, and now you're gonna drop your hips to the ground and really stretch that back. Try to lean back a little into it. Stretch that lower back and a little bit of the upper back and shoulder area. I love this stretch personally. It always makes me feel so good. It stretches out your stomach too, a little bit of your abs. All right, now we're gonna lay on our stomach. We're gonna grab our ankles and we're gonna lift both our legs and our chest off the ground. So our stomach's still on the ground. You might feel your heart beating, which is fun.
Hold this for a couple of seconds here. It's kind of like we're a bow about to shoot an arrow. We're bent. All right, now you're gonna go ahead and sit on your feet.
And stretch that back forwards. Oh, this feels so good. I love this stretch. Especially after stretching our back backwards, now we're stretching it forwards. Try to push your hands forward as far as you can. We'll hold this for just a couple more seconds here. I just love this stretch.
All right, now we're gonna go ahead and sit back down. And we're gonna do that forward fold again and see if we can go any further. Oh my soul, I can reach all 5 fingers. I hope that you guys are seeing as much improvement as me. This doesn't even hurt. Before it hurt. Now I can reach all 5 fingers. That's a good 3-4 inches that I gained of flexibility right here. And that's from really just increasing the mobility of the spine, stretching out that spine. Awesome, hold that just for a couple more seconds here. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna lift our legs up, put our hands behind our knees, kind of be like a V. Just a nice little hold here. Just working on our balance a little bit more. Hold it for just a couple more seconds. Alrighty. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a supine stretch, which is like a spine stretch and a back stretch. So we're gonna lay on our backs, okay? And we are going to put one leg over the other and twist our back the opposite direction. You might feel your back crack, that's okay. So twist your leg, you put your leg on one side and twist your back the other way. Try to keep your both shoulder blades on the ground to really get that stretch. Go ahead and switch. Keep both shoulder blades on the ground the best you can to really help your back. That's kind of how you twist your back the opposite way. This is a good stretch to do before basketball games and volleyball games. Alrighty. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna test that forward fold, that standing forward fold again. See if we can go any further. Oh man, definitely. I can touch my fingers fully. If I do it this way, I can touch it fully. Can't quite go with my palms, but definitely feel a little bit better. Go ahead and do that wide stretch. I still feel it in my quads, but I'm doing a lot better. All right, and last but not least, my favorite stretch, and that is the dead bug stretch. So just lie on your back, arms out like you're a dead bug. Just relax. You could just fall asleep in this pose. All right. Well, I hope you guys had a fun time, and I hope that you were able to see how much more flexible you became, and if you actually measured yourself before and after this, you might have even gotten taller just from stretching and elongating that spine. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.